What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. This video we're going to be looking at a case and the screen protector setup from Torras, and they did send this to the show to review. We have worked with Torras before. It's been a few years, so I'm glad to have them back in the collaboration, and they are product sponsoring this video, so shout out to Torras. But this is my own review, and this hasn't been reviewed or edited prior to posting. So if you've been following along, we've been releasing a lot of new case videos for the iPhone 17 Pro Max in specific, but these are pretty much available for most of the new iPhone lineup, right? So just check the link in the show notes, and I'll have links to the website, and you can look at your model and pretty much the same setup, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the case they did send the show. This is the stand case, and it says make your stand. This is the Ostand Q3 Air, over 6.9 inch for the Pro Max, obviously. So let's go ahead and open this up and get it installed. And then you get replacement buttons, which are pretty cool, right? And let's open this up. And Torras has some really neat looking cases. As you can see here, that it looks kind of sporty. First impressions, definitely nice, rigid, and this here actually is a kickstand. So you have Magsafe that has dual purpose, right? And obviously, if we're looking at that, you can see that's probably one of the more defined magnets that we've looked at, and yeah, sticks really well. So you can see here, stock, it's coming with plastic buttons, right? So if you're not a huge fan of the stock buttons, you can go ahead and install these here metal buttons. So you know, whichever your desire, but that's kind of cool that you can, you know, customize this how you see fit. I kind of like the orange. Gives it kind of a sporty look. Let's go ahead and install it. And for those of you that ask in the videos, I've actually had quite a few questions about whether these cases that I'm reviewing will work on the 16 Pro Max, and the answer to that is no. And a resounding reason, you would think, will it fit on it? Absolutely it'll fit on it, but some of the cases have the, right, this and this are over here, so your flash is over here. So those cases that cover the entire thing, no, because you're going to be basically blocking out, you know, this. But they fit. I tried one of these on a 16 Pro Max, and it did fit. I'm gonna say, you know. So, but it looked kind of goofy because, you know, it has that square spot there, and then the flash in there, and some of them had holes over here. But you know, if you're wanting to get a 17 Pro Max case and put it on a 16 Pro Max and kind of gamble that way, I guess you could do it, right? It works. So anyway, this is a pretty cool looking case. It's even got a little air protect. I don't know if you can see that, if we can zoom in a little bit. Look at that, air protect, kind of in a little bubble, kind of like a Nike shoe would have, right? Kind of neat. It's in this little air bubble up here that's got some writing. And down here you've got this little air bubble. So the corners are very well protected. It does have a nice lip around your camera lens area, and it also has a nice lip around the screen. Ports, buttons are very tactile, just stock ones, and your ports are all pretty much open and looking good. And again, you can utilize this as a stand, if I can get my fingernails under it. So you can utilize it as a stand in multiple angles. Have this sitting at your desk by your keyboard, boom, right? You can view your phone all day long. Kind of neat. I don't know what that did that for, but it did launch. So if you're wondering if you can put a MagSafe charger on it, and the answer is a resounding yes. See? And we're MagSafe charging. So no issues whatsoever. It's not going to slide off. That magnet is decently strong. See, it's even kind of difficult to pull that off. So it's a very, very nice case. There's a little Air logo here too. You know, it just, I don't know. It's got that sporty look that I just kind of like. Kind of ruggedy, sporty look. Very, very cool. So, pushing the buttons. Yeah, everything is very tactile and very nice. Alright, so we'll move on. Again, if you're interested in that, I'll have a link in the show notes. This is the Ostand Q3 Air. Okay? Stand case. The next thing is their screen protector. So they have this very, very long box that came in the piece here, and a screen protector setup. So you've got this little tray that you're going to install the screen protector with. You've got a screen prep kit, so you can clean it, make sure it's dust free. And then their process of actually putting this on and then sliding it down and putting the screen protector on it. And one of the things I like to do in advance when I get these is just take a look at what you start with, right? And we've already got, I hate to say it, but there's a little air bubble. Hopefully you can see it right in there. Maybe it'll focus. 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 Yeah, with it being see-through, it's hard to focus. But there's already a little air bubble up here. So, I'm going to guess this isn't going to be air bubble free just because I already see one in there. But what we're going to do is attempt to install this with their process and gauge it and see if it's a great process or not. I'm not really going to show you the prep. I'm going to come back and just do the process and show you the final results. I can tell you that it looks like the prep is pretty easy. You basically put your phone in here with no case. You lift this up. You mount this piece here, left, right, and then the bottom, and then you basically pull, and you slide this little guy down, and then slide it back. That is what the instructions say to do. So we're going to follow those instructions. I'm going to get it prepped, and we're going to come back, and I'm going to show you the results as we do it, and then pull the phone out and take a look at what the results are. Hopefully, it'll be air bubble free. So, let me prep this. We'll be right back. One thing I did want to show before we go, kind of cool little instructions. So they have little numbers here. 1, you're going to use the wet wipe. 2, believe it or not, even on this little microfiber cloth, they've got step 2, you're going to wipe it down. Step 3, you're going to dust absorber, so you're going to use this sticker. And then 4 is the dust removal sticker. So you're going to dust absorb, and then you're going to dust remove. 4 steps, and then you're going to put that on and do the slide. So we're going to do those 4 steps real quick, come back with this, and then give you the results. We'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Pulling the tab. Sliding the slider. Down to the dotted line, boom, slide it back up. And I don't know, maybe we should do it again, just to see what we get. Down to the dotted line, back up, remove the outer piece. Bring out the phone. And I gotta say, color me impressed. Not a bubble one. No bubbles. If you can see that, there's not a single. That is the smoothest install I have ever done of a screen protector. I am speechless that came out picture perfect with the first try. I don't have to squeegee it. There is not a bubble one. That is a good system. That's what you want to see. Alright guys, again, the case, screen protector, Torras, very good products. Check them out. They have other cases besides just the Ostand, I think is the Air. So, and again, if you don't like the orange, substitute it with silver. Give it a new look, give it a little different look. But definitely a cool case. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the show. Hit that notification bell because we're going to continue to release content. We're going to ramp up from case videos to accessories. And you're not going to want to miss it because there is some really cool stuff that you're not going to see everywhere. I try to bring unique stuff to you guys. So hit that notification bell and subscribe so you get notified when the next video comes up. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm telling you. Again, like the video. That helps us out on the old YouTube algorithm. And share it if you feel like it. And as always, have a good one. Thanks for watching. What? You're still here? Oh, well thanks for sticking around this far, because if you did, you're going to get some bonus footage. I was like, what if people really wanted to see what it looked like with those metal silver buttons installed and these plasticky orange buttons gone? And this is what you would get. And personally, I like this a lot more. This makes it look a little less cheap and a little more cool overall. Don't you agree? The silver button with metal. Torras Air. Cool phone case.